Hi, St. Francis families. My name is Ann Holmes, and I teach third and fourth grade digital literacy, as well as fifth through eighth grade humanities. I'm also a St. Francis parent myself, with Mary Ellis in third grade and Charlie in fifth grade.
Hi, I'm Andrew Frechette, and I teach junior kindergarten at St. Francis. I've been teaching at St. Francis for 8 years, and I'm happy to go over some of these remote learning elements for our St. Francis families in the coming slides. We'll start off with 6 quick tips for online learning. Your students will see these posted throughout the school as well as online. These are just guidelines to follow as we head into our remote learning sessions. First of all is to be on time, sit up while you're learning, mute your microphone, work in quiet so that the ambient audio around you doesn't disturb the others on the call. Be respectful is very important, and you turn your video on, especially when you're wanting to ask a question, so the teacher can see who's asking the question.
Why are we sharing this presentation with you all? To help families feel prepared, be confident, and be successful with remote learning. As Brene Brown says, clear is kind, unclear is unkind. This information will also be shared with St. Francis students. This presentation is going to go over teachers and schedule, technology, student self-care, student self-advocacy, communication, and community connection.
Here's a list of your lower school teachers. You can look on this slide and see which teachers have which subjects, all the way from language arts over to DLL. And to talk a little bit more about what DLL is Ms. Holmes.
DLL is a class where digital literacy and library are joining forces, and we will be meeting once a week for third and fourth graders. When we are back in the classroom in person, third graders will have DLL twice a week, and fourth graders will have it once a week. This will combine digital literacy, library, as well as our new racial equity curriculum, Pollyanna. For middle school, here are the teachers from language arts, again, to PE. We do have a new math teacher in the middle school, Miss Radigan. The schedule for remote learning is a truncated version of the in-person schedule. This follows best practices on effective learning versus average screen time. And for wellness and projects, which is only in the middle school, we will still be having that class time on Wednesday afternoons. Your students should have received an email with their remote learning schedule. Please note they will have a different schedule when we return to in-person classes.
The remote learning schedule starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 2 p.m. Your teacher office hours are daily from 2 to 2:30. Classes are scheduled to be 35 minutes in length, and assignments for each week will be posted to Google Classroom by Sunday evening.
Lead or advisory groups meet every morning from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 9:20 a.m. Lower school will have their morning meeting on Tuesdays via a video, and students will watch this during their lead time. Middle schoolers will attend advisory on Friday morning before going to a Google Meet for their middle school morning meeting. Student attendance is expected whenever lead and advisory meets, in all of the classes, in projects and wellness, and in morning meeting. Technology. Every class is using Google Classroom. By Wednesday morning, every student should have received an invitation via email to join their Google Classroom. For lower school, this is going to be one classroom invite per grade level. So the entire third grade will access all of their classes, whether it's language arts, math, digital literacy, and library, all through one Google Classroom labeled third grade. For middle school, it's a little different. Students will have multiple classrooms for each course. So they will have one Google Classroom for math, another for art, a different one for music, and so on. If a student has not received invitations to a classroom, please reach out to their lead advisor or to the teacher of the course that they're missing the invite from. Assignments and material for the week are posted in Google Classroom. Teachers are asked to have these assignments posted by Sunday evening, so all of the work is posted and ready to go for Monday. Students will be asked to submit work via Google Classroom. Now, before you start getting anxious, don't worry. There are helpful videos for parents about Google Classroom on the school's COVID-19 remote learning webpage. If information is not there, please reach out to a teacher or check YouTube.
Not everyone might be familiar with Google Meet. Google Meet is a digital platform for people to be able to meet and communicate through audio and video online. For each of the classrooms, there is a Meet code that you are going to be assigned that you can access for middle schoolers through the Google Calendar. Some basic Meet etiquette for students: show up to class on time, but not more than 5 minutes early. Mute yourself when you join a call. Start class with your camera on and await further instructions from your teacher. Use the chat to engage in discussion and ask questions. And finally, take ownership of your participation. Part of the remote learning process is developing the aspect of student self-care. There's a lot of things to be concerned about and a lot of things to be aware of with the challenges that come with remote learning.
So some important steps when considering student self-care are: step 1, create an effective workspace at home. This should not be in the child's bed. Make sure that the student is sitting up with the computer at eye level. Work on trying to keep distractions at bay, whether that is having your child work in a room with a door so you can close the door when they're on a call so they don't distract others in the household, or so others in the household don't distract them. Also, work in a space where they have their school supplies nearby. Step 2, create a routine. Again, you have your student's schedule for remote learning. Use that remote learning schedule to help you and your family create a routine that works best for everyone in the house. Step 3, eat breakfast, brush your teeth, get dressed, and be ready before class starts. Step 4, students should take breaks, move their body, eat lunch, and all important, they should hug you. Student self-advocacy. One thing that we really want to work on with new students is building a trusting relationship with new students and their teachers. So we really encourage students to become self-advocates.
As an aspect of student self-advocacy, we want to make sure that students know that if they need help, all they need to do is reach out and ask. We are just an email away. All of the teachers at St. Francis are here for them. Office hours are daily from 2 to 2:30, and teachers are flexible for operating outside those hours if need be. You can email teachers with any questions or concerns related to class or things that are going on in their student's life right now. You can reach out to any teacher. We have Miss Marks, our student counselor, Mrs. Griffith, and Mr. Cohen if you need help. Communication, especially in the time of remote learning, is key. We want to make sure that there are open lines of communication and feedback between teachers, students, and parents. This will let us know if there's something that we could do better to help your students' online experience, if there's something going on at home that we might want to know about to help your student succeed, or if there's anything that you want to let us know that might be relevant to the class.
Communication. Teachers will be communicating with students and families via email, and we encourage families to check their email twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, looking for communication from teachers. And students in 4th through 8th grade, the teachers will email the child. In students JK through 3rd grade, the teachers will email the parents. 3rd graders will be learning about communication and email and how to communicate with their teachers in digital literacy this year. Students in 4th through 8th grade should respond to emails from their teacher. We encourage parents to remind their child to check and respond to email daily. Students and parents should not expect teachers to reply to emails that are sent before 9 a.m. or after 5:30 p.m. We also encourage students to not worry about sending emails or trying to communicate with teachers before 9 a.m. or after 5:30 p.m. Teachers will respond to communication from parents within 24 hours. Community connection. Another important facet of remote learning is making sure that we are attuned to the student's social emotional well-being. One way we can do that is by continuing to build community through several different programs. For middle schoolers, they will have the opportunity to connect with students in their grade and in other grades through the middle school projects and wellness programs that are going to be held on Wednesday afternoons. Middle school students will also have a chance to connect with their friends in all different grades during middle school student clubs like QSA, BSA, Culture Club, and Waste Warriors. Those clubs will be held throughout the school day.
At the start of the day, we have our lead and advisory times, which is a time for students to meet and for teachers to take attendance and talk about any important school or classroom announcements. For the lower school, there's also the Meet Lunch Bunch, which is something that's set up by a classroom parent representative. So look forward to communication from a parent coming soon. What that is for your child is it's a chance for them to have a kind of community online chance to have lunch with their friends.
Student coffees were held throughout the summer for 3rd through 8th graders. These virtual coffees, much like the parent coffees, were a chance for students to gather by grade level, sometimes across divisional level, to chat, talk with their teachers, share what they were up to in a casual, relaxed manner. These will continue to happen throughout remote learning.
Finally, office hours are available from 2 to 2:30, Monday through Friday, and this is for all teachers across all grade levels. So what supplies will students need for the first day of school? You will want to make sure that your electronic device is charged. You have a comfortable chair and table to work at. This is part of your workspace, which should be free from distractions. Any listed school supplies for your class, and optionally a headphone with microphone attachment. This helps to cut down on ambient noise and reduce distractions around you.
Remember this? Again, this graphic will be used throughout remote learning to help students quickly remember these 6 quick tips for online learning. Number 1, be on time. Number 2, sit up. Get out of bed, find your workspace, be ready. Step 3, when you join a class, mute yourself. Step 4, work in a quiet space that's free of distraction. Step 5, be respectful. And step 6, when your teacher asks you to do so, turn your video on. We miss our students and we want to see their faces.
For St. Francis School, I've been Andrew Fichette.
And I'm Ann Holmes, and we wish your family a fantastic start to the 2020-2021 school year. Welcome to St. Francis.